Welcome to Get Organized at Work. I'm your host, Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt, healthcare leader, mom of three, and your go-to guide for ditching the chaos and taking control of your workday. This is the show where we turn overwhelming to-do lists into clear, actionable plans so you can crush your goals and show up as your best self at work and in your life. Whether you're here for strategies to stay ahead or systems to simplify your workday, you're in the right place. Let's get organized, have some fun, and make this year your best year in your career yet. Let's dive in. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Get Organized at Work. I'm Kayla, I'm your host. Today, I'm excited to let you know about something I've been thinking about all weekend. It wasn't that I had a brand new idea, but it was that I finally found the words to explain something I've been experiencing for years. I've known for a long time that building systems changed the way I worked. I've experienced the benefits and I've seen it in my own career. I've watched it happen for people who have used my systems. But this weekend, I was planning some exciting changes inside my community and something clicked. I finally realized why these systems matter. And honestly, I don't think it's because they make us more organized. I think it's because they create something much more valuable. They create capacity. Let me tell you what I mean. When I first became a leader, I took a lot of pride in knowing the answers. If someone called, I wanted to solve the problem. If someone had a technical question, I wanted to help answer it. If there was an issue, I wanted to jump in and fix it. Maybe you've experienced this too. You become really good at your job because you're dependable. People come to you because you know things, and that feels really good. But over time, I noticed something. Every day felt absolutely full. Not necessarily because I had too much work, but because my brain was constantly switching gears. I've talked about context switching on this podcast before. It's exhausting. One minute, I was trying to remember where I saved meeting notes. The next minute, I was looking for a project update. Then I'd remember someone asked me to follow up on something. I'd jump into email. Then another meeting. I wasn't failing. In fact, I was doing pretty well. But I was spending so much energy managing information that I had very little space left to actually think. So I started building systems, leader standard work, nothing fancy. One place for my meeting notes, one place for projects, weekly planning of my future week, monthly reviews, a dashboard so I could actually see everything instead of trying to remember everything. Little by little, something changed. As my systems improved, I noticed something surprising. I wasn't the person answering every question anymore. I became the person asking better questions. Instead of jumping into technical details, I found myself asking, what problem are we actually trying to solve? What decisions need to be made? Who else needs to be part of this conversation? And what happens if we zoom out for 6 months? And the interesting part is, it wasn't because I suddenly became smarter. It wasn't because I attended one amazing leadership class or got an extra certification. And it wasn't because I read one incredible book. It was because my brain finally had enough space to think, to observe, to absorb information around me. I wasn't carrying hundreds of little pieces of information in my head anymore. My systems were carrying them for me, and that created capacity. Now, I want to be really honest with you. I haven't, quote, arrived, not even close. One of the things I love about leadership is that every level stretches you in a different way. Recently, one of my mentors shared a way that she approaches conversations with physicians that completely reframed how I think about leadership. She said, instead of getting caught up in the solution that they're asking for, focus on understanding the problem they're trying to solve. It sounds simple, but it changed the kind of questions I want to ask. And when you're working with physicians in healthcare, sometimes you're like, oh, well, they're just part of the team. Of course, they can brainstorm ideas with us. But really, if they're asking for something, we need to get to the root of what are they actually asking for? What risk are they trying to mitigate? What are they afraid of? Then we design our systems around that. I'm still practicing that. I'm still growing into that. And here's what I realized. The more capacity I create, the more I'm able to notice leaders like her. The more I notice, the more intentional my questions become. The better my questions, the better my leadership becomes. It's a cycle, and I don't think it ever ends. Every time we build a better system, we create a little bit more capacity. And that capacity helps us notice something new. That awareness changes our decisions. Those decisions make us better leaders. Then we build even better systems. Around and around we go. And every time we level up. So I want to offer you a completely different way of thinking about organization. Maybe organization isn't the goal. Maybe organization is simply the tool. Because here's what I believe now. Systems create capacity. Capacity creates awareness. Awareness improves decisions, and better decisions transform leadership. That's why I care so much about helping people build systems. Not because I want your planner to look hella organized, not because I want your OneNote to be color coded. Those things are nice, but they're not the point. The point is creating enough mental space that you can think strategically, that you can notice opportunities, that you can ask better questions, and that you can become the kind of leader who gets invited to bigger conversations. All right, so I want to challenge you this week. Here's what I'd love for you to do. Don't ask yourself, how can I get more organized? Instead, ask yourself, what system could I build this week that would create just a little more capacity? Maybe that's finally putting all your meeting notes in one place. Maybe it's creating a weekly planning routine. Maybe it's organizing one project that's been scattered across emails and sticky notes. Start small. Because one system creates a little bit more capacity, and one more turn of that cycle changes far more than you realize. This realization is why I'm making a change inside my Get Organized at Work community. We're starting something called Leadership Sprints. Every Monday, we'll kick off the week together. I'll share my actual weekly dashboard. I'll show you what I'm prioritizing, how I'm making decisions, what I'm moving, what I'm saying no to. Not because I have the perfect system, but because I want to practice alongside of you. Each week, we'll focus on one leadership habit together. We'll ask questions. We'll share wins. We'll learn from each other. Because I've realized something. People don't just need another template. They need a safe place to practice. If you've taken my leadership operating system audit, you already know where your biggest opportunities are. Now let's improve your score together. That's exactly what these weekly leadership sprints are designed to help you do. I'd absolutely love to have you join us. You can find the link to the community in the show notes or in the description if you're listening on YouTube. Thank you so much for spending part of your week with me. If this episode resonated with you, would you do me a favor? Please share it with someone who is ready for the next level in their career. Because I have a feeling there are a lot of people out there who think they need another productivity hack, when what they really need is the capacity to think like a leader. Have a wonderful week, my friends, and remember, don't just build better systems, build the capacity to become the leader you're capable of becoming. I'll see you next Monday or inside the community. Bye.